a.m. We'll call to order the January 13th, 2025, the Alger County Committee of the Whole meeting. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Capagrosa. Here. Commissioner Livermore. Commissioner Nettleton.
Here.
Commissioner Rondo.
Here.
Commissioner Seaver.
Start off, Nick.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brief public comment.
I guess I just wanna confirm that to get something on the agenda, I just need to give it to Joel.
Yep, 2 days before the meeting.
And it's something that you guys would probably take no action on, but we have a zoning amendment. And our zoning ordinance says it has to go to the county for 30 days review. And I'd rather, you never respond to it, you don't care what our zoning ordinance does. And I realize that, but if I can get you guys just to act saying you have no comments on our amendment, then we can act on it at our next meeting instead of waiting till the March meeting for the Munising Township Board. Otherwise, we're waiting out that 30 days.
Any other public comment? All right, there being none, the agenda. And so I already told Joel under 18, the first two resolutions are numbered wrong on the agenda. They're numbered right in our packet on the agenda, but he's gonna correct that. The 2025-1 and 2. They have anything else they?
Did she want her, you want your thing on the agenda?
I don't have it to you yet.
She can get
I'll
it.
email
Oh,
to Joel what the
okay,
amendments
okay.
are. so you
Because we
glance
can,
at them.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares.
She wasn't ready for it. I asked her when we were getting
Oh.
ready.
By Friday morning.
Find it when I get home.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
It's already typed up.
All right, everybody good with the agenda as
I'm
amended?
good with the agenda.
Becky for the BSO report for 2025.
Okay, so we finished
24.
FY 24-25 grant. And the grant was 56,686. We utilized a little over 54,000. So we are getting a refund at some point from the state of Michigan for $4,151.77 because they give us 50,000. Anything above that 50,000 is reimbursed. So no changes. FY 25 grant is $58,090 this year. And same initiatives, nothing's changed from the previous 2 years. We received a grant from Alger County Community Foundation for All-Tran bus passes for veterans and surviving spouses. So we are set up, had a little hiccup utilizing that because the All-Tran doesn't do bus passes anymore, but we've got all the kinks worked out now and we'll continue to provide veterans transportation costs within Alger County during normal operating hours until those funds are expended. So in 2024, we gave $550 in emergency relief out of our county funds, $200 for heat and $350 for food costs. We continue to do PR events this year. 2,000 from the Munising Car Show was given to All That's Memorial. And they also donated $1,500 to the UP Honor Flight. The Alger County Golf Scramble generated 5,000 per veteran organization. There's 4 organizations, so that's some $20,000 raised from a golf scramble. Ron Erickson was named as our Alger County Veteran of the Year Community Service Award recipient. We collaborated with Iron Mountain this year to do a township and Christmas meeting in Christmas and in Grand Marais. They've said Christmas was the highest attended event that they held all of 2024, and they said we will come back again. So that was a fun event. We're also collaborating with SAIL to bring some events to Alger County. So SAIL is the Superior Alliance for Independent Living. And they host programs typically in Marquette County, and I've seen they did one in Luce County at Tequamanon Falls. And I'm like, hey, if they can do one there, why can't we do one in Alger County? So we presented some ideas to sale, and that's going through the approval process for a September timeframe after our crazy tourist season has come to an end. So all my accreditations are up to date. Our GDX, which the VE is always a year behind, so in mid-24, they released 23's numbers, so you'll see our veteran population went down to 835. I believe in 2024, when those numbers do come out, we'll see higher numbers. I've seen more veterans in 24 on active duty or on that terminal leave from active duty than I've ever seen before. So I won't be surprised if our population isn't up a little bit. In 2023, $6.67 million came into the county directly from compensation and pension, and that's the number. There's a lot of different numbers that the VA spits out, but that's the one that goes into Alger County veterans and their surviving spouses' pockets. That's the ones that we directly see within Alger County. So that is up a little bit from the previous year. And then office communications went up just by 1 over the previous year. So even though the population has decreased, the contacts continue to increase. So then I just provided some information on the state. I always think it's interesting to look at other counties, what they're bringing in and how much the VA puts into the state of Michigan, which is quite staggering. So does anybody have any questions?
No, I do have a comment though, but there's very few counties that have 10% of the population veterans too.
That is true. Our numbers are still good in that sense, higher than most counties, still pushing at the over 10% mark.
I think even with the population going down a little bit, the fact that you're still seeing as many people is a great acknowledgement of the job you do.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
We're
right.
still, you
Yep.
know,
That amazes me. I thought I'd make contact with every veteran in Alger County and then I'll have a whole week of brand new appointments. So that's always good for me.
we all greatly appreciate.
Yes, we do.
Everything you do.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right,
You did an amazing job, Becky.
thanks. I try. I love my job. I think that's part of the blessing is when you actually like what you do.
It shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better than that Marshall guy.
I will tell him you said that. If I consider it gets recorded, I'll probably.
Right.
We're telling you, man.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Yeah, thank you.
All right, number 7, the 2025 standing committees list.
I'd like to, leave that till next week. There's a few questions. that,
You got some
I'd like to
questions?
Talk with Dean about.
Sure, we can just put that off as a item to vote on for next week instead of on the consent agenda. Anything we can help you with now or?
No, it's kind of with, things with Dean and just a couple answers I need for.
Number 8, Brownfield Redevelopment Authority appointments.
I would have consensus with that.
As well, Rick, good with that? It's everybody that's just already on there, honestly, so. Number 9, the Alger County Land Bank Authority appointment for Megan Weber. Anybody got any questions? Consensus?
Consensus.
Michigan Works appointment, myself.
I got big questions.
Could you want it? We haven't had a meeting yet in a year and a half, so we're hoping that maybe now when we send the form in, maybe they'll actually be a meeting we get invited to. I've gotten nothing from them in a year and a half, so we'll see what comes now that we turn their form in, so. Consensus?
Consensus.
QPAD, number 10, or number 11, excuse me. QPAD MMP invoice for $6,500. It's just gonna be, is it their quarterly payment, Joel?
Biannual for the
Biannual.
materials management.
Anybody have any questions on it? Consensus?
Consensus.
Number 12, Ron's Body Shop estimate on the 2017 Dodge Ram in the amount of $3,020 for repairs. Believe that's the rust repair on the rocker panels and stuff on the undersheriff's vehicle.
Like the undersheriff said, it's only got 71,000 miles on it. It'd be a shame to not fix it. So nice vehicle.
That's coming from the sheriff's department? Sheriff's
sir.
budget?
Yep.
Consensus.
Yep.
Number 13, quote from Stryker for $93,389.94. That is for 2 new life packs with trade-in, I think I saw.
It makes all of us compatible now with Burt Township and our two rigs. So it's just seconds matter. And with the compatibility of these life packs, we needed to make that switch.
You don't have to switch leads, you don't have to switch things, you can just literally unplug,
Yep.
go from one and plug right into the other.
Cost of doing business there is what that is.
This comes from where?
Ambulance.
Huh?
Ambulance.
Ambulance?
Any questions on it? Besides the sticker shock? Consensus?
Consensus.
Number 14, Alger County Investment Policy to comply with Public Act 20 of 1943 as amended. Most of all we did there was just clean up some of the language and
Looked like, yeah.
update the couple of things that needed it. Still doing banking with the same 3 institutions we were, so.
No,
Well, it's 85 years old. It's probably a good time to update it.
Yeah. There was a couple of things that just needed cleaning up in there.
well, the last one was 1993.
Yeah, so.
So it's 30.
Anybody have any questions?
Consensus.
Rick?
Yep.
Number 15, Dean's favorite, cost savings, ideas and revenue sources. Number 16, any unfinished business, Joel?
I have none.
Number 17, financial matters. Appropriations. That first one is Matthias Township First Responders in the amount of $6,500. And also the same appropriation to Rock River First Responders in the amount of $6,500. Those should be that's just our annual to help out our first
Our
responders.
annual
out
budget
there.
contribution to their
Yep,
first responders.
comes out of the ambulance fund there, looks like.
Yep.
Yep. Anybody got any questions on 1 and 2?
Consensus.
Appropriation to DHHS in the amount of $3,000. Is that the last one? Which payment is that, Joel?
So that's the one that we were doing is 5. We budgeted 5, we're gonna appropriate 3, and if they need more, we were just blanket chucking 5 at them every year, didn't really know where that number came from. It was an agreement to match Schoolcraft's. It just funds their board. If they have a balance already and they have enough in there, we can hold back a little bit, but if they need it, we got another 2.
DHHS is booked with school crap.
No, this is our board's appropriation.
Okay.
We just decided on 5 just to mirror Schoolcraft.
Oh, okay, I get it.
At one time, just a verbal agreement to do that.
Sure. So we'll start with 3, and if for some reason they need more, we can appropriate the other 2. Yeah. Any other questions on that one?
Nope. Consensus.
Rick? Number 4 is the appropriation upset in the amount of $10,000. That's our annual contribution to their funding and programming. I don't think anybody here has got a problem with that one.
No.
So consensus?
Consensus.
5 is the appropriation to pathways for January through March of this year in the amount of $8,305. Any questions? Consensus?
Consensus.
6 is to authorize the treasurer to transfer from 2024 general fund appropriations to individual funds. And there's a sheet in our packet that breaks it all down. That's just getting the money into the funds where it needs to go. Any questions? Consensus? All right.
We'll make a quick
Yes,
note
sir.
there, sorry if I can. On here it says FIA
Yep,
is an appropriation for 5,000. That's the one we just did.
that's the one.
We used to
that's actually-
appropriate 5 to a fund. With the chart of accounts could change, there is no more fund. We just appropriate straight out of general fund. So I would just caveat that that's gonna be 3,000 instead of 5.
Please go ahead and correct that. Since that's what we just approved anyway. What does it take to get that language fixed too? Cause they haven't been FIA for, this is the second iteration since FIA.
That's how she has it labeled in,
Okay.
we can call it whatever you want. DHHS
Yeah.
appropriation, board appropriation. that's it.
It's back to, it's not, that's not their name. It hasn't been there in a while, so.
Yeah, I'll ask her about changing it into
Okay.
BSNA too.
B, the board bills. Dean and I went over them. We had a couple of questions on, I don't remember which ones we asked, but Joel was able to answer the question, so we went ahead and approved them, or what? Did we, what the heck does it say on there? We audited them. What's your stamp say at the end?
Seabird and, yeah, both.
Yeah, just audited, okay. Remember what the rubber stamp said on the bottom. So we didn't find any issues or problems with the board, or with the board bills. Anybody have any questions that they saw?
Nope.
Consensus? C is financial reports for all funds. Trial balance is available in our packets. Anybody have a question on that? Consensus?
Census, yeah.
And then for our review, we've also got the proposed expenditures for the Title III money. It's gonna come up next week. We'll have the public hearing also at 4 o'clock at the beginning of next Monday's meeting. So if there's any more public input that hasn't been sent to the undersheriff, we'll get it at that time.
I'd like to say that the sheriff did a great job on that. We hit all the fire departments, all townships. We got money spread out to everybody. And first responders and their fire department and under Sheriff Blank did a really nice job on that. So I'd like to thank him for his time and efforts on that.
Anybody have any questions on those?
No questions.
Consensus? Okay. Number 18, resolutions. A is resolution 2025-1 for Limestone Township summer tax collection. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
Mhm.
If Limestone Town, they pay 1%, why don't they all do that? It's gotta cost more than 1% to have
For them to do it?
a treasure set there all day and have collected.
They don't
Doesn't it?
sit there all day.
Huh?
They don't sit there all day.
Well, I'm still,
Taxes come in the mail.
They do them in them.
oh, that's why you're doing it?
Weekends. They get a
I
salary.
mean, our treasurer works full time here. She's just sitting there.
She's not doing taxes.
She's not doing
She's
taxes.
not doing taxes. She has a deputy treasurer and we have a receptionist that you can walk in and pay your bill to, but
Yeah, so. That's just the two that don't wanna.
Yeah, this has been going on for quite some time. These are always our first two resolutions.
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering why all the townships didn't do it. I didn't mess with it.
Right?
Saving a percent.
Yeah.
Any other questions on
Why
that?
don't they, Lisa?
I believe the treasurer feels that it's part of their, I mean, in other townships just feel it's part of their statutory duties, which it is, but you can hire somebody else to do it. You know, they have to oversee it. But, I believe 1% is like $28,000 to us. I mean, the township you're in, you should ask what that $28,000 or what that 1%
Yeah.
adds up to
Yeah.
into their budget.
Grand Island, I understand why they don't want to. When they got 33 people.
Something like that.
Yeah, so. They're a
You
little
know, we
burned.
got more than 33 landowners.
Right, but as far as like. The township. They're kind of burned out.
Hmm.
Clerk treasurer, they're kind of tired of. Same handful of people just keep rotating. Them I can definitely understand, but yeah, then I can see, like Lisa said, Munising Township. It would cost them more to have us do it than it would.
And I'm sure Burt Township, they wouldn't appreciate having to come or mail it to Munising.
Yeah.
When they can just drop it off.
So, yeah, I don't
And
know.
a
But
lot
that's
of
up
us
to each
have
township to
Dropbox
decide.
now, for people's convenience, so. You can get into our entryway 24/7, 365 days a year and drop your payment in the Dropbox. Don't care if it's midnight or Sunday.
All right, any other questions on the first one?
Yes.
Consensus?
Consensus.
B is the 2025-02 for Grand Island Township Summer Winter Tax Collection. Any questions?
Consensus.
Consensus. C is resolution 2025-03, investment of surplus funds for the Alger County investment portfolio. Goes right hand in hand with, it is the
Execution.
execution of what we just went over there. Any questions?
Nope.
Consensus?
Consensus.
Committee reports, number 19. Nick, got any?
The only committee I was at is LMAS, there was not much there. So,
I don't, I will, haven't had a pathways meeting this, month, so.
And all I had were our regular standing committee meetings, and they were quite brief this month. Guess we got a pass for the first month of the year.
Yeah.
Correspondence, Joel, 20?
One from Roy Aho to Jack Bergman's office regarding Trail 2422. Always a contested issue. And then our 2024 excess distributions, net asset distributions from liability MMRMA being returned to the retention fund.
Number 21, board comments. Mick, you got anything?
nope.
Rick?
I had a request from the, this is a couple weeks back. Their township supervisor stopped in and he's in need of 4 radios for the EM over there because the ones they have are, apparently they die by the time they get to the
Radios for retention.
Radio for Bert.
Ford or
yeah, he asked for 4 of them.
Who asked for four, Mick?
The new supervisor.
He's supposed to meet with me tomorrow.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe some of those just need new batteries for them.
But he's looking for 4 800 megahertz radios. For
that's what he was,
the township or for the fire department and EMS?
probably both combined. I would think.
We just sent one back over with Dale. I have another one that's on my desk awaiting for tomorrow, so I think that'll be their 4. You know,
Okay,
I mean, they're pretty expensive.
yeah, he said they were gonna try to hit the park fund, but
Oh,
Yeah. This stuff.
no,
Yeah, I just got a quote today for 2 of them. It was 11,000
Yeah.
some odd dollars for 2.
Motorola. Arcat.
for the APX 6000s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who knew the model number would be the price tag?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Dang near at that price. Holy man,
yeah.
Next year, it'll be APX 7000.
that's the truth too. And so you've got a meeting coming up with him too, Sheriff?
What's that?
You've got a
Tomorrow.
Meeting. So,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Meet with him tomorrow.
See what he still needs and what we can do to help him out. I don't have any other than thanking Becky for the wonderful job she does.
Yeah.
Staff comments, Joel?
I don't.
Sure. Tomorrow, we're gonna start our, we have already started our chiefs meetings again. with the state police, city police, park service, forest service, prosecutor, the courts. We're meeting at the city PD tomorrow. Mike Travis from the superintendent of public schools here is gonna address us. So we're gonna try and get that going every 2 months again and keep on pace, keep on task. And we're also meeting Burt Township supervisor tomorrow, John Bennett, Babbitt, John Babbitt, yeah. So we look forward to meeting him. Thinks we're converted everything over from fall to snowmobile. Under Sheriff Blank's got everything prepared for us in the event of snow emergencies or, so we're just, snowmobile accidents are starting to pile up again.
There's a lot of automobiles in town, eh? Wow. A lot of complaints.
We haven't had a fatality yet, thankfully. We have a couple close calls. But so far. Under Sheriff,
I don't have anything.
Sam? A brief public comment.
If you're giving out radios, we'll take some.
Anything else? All right, no other public being present, we'll pass that and we will adjourn.